in the 1800s, late 1800s, with the advent of the railroad, there was a tremendous amount of people passing through Mackinaw City, many of whom were ill. The hotels wouldn't take them, and they needed a quarantine facility, so actually the village of Mackinaw City built this building. It served as a quarantine facility and saw literally hundreds and hundreds of people come through with influenza, with smallpox, with diphtheria, with all kinds of contagious diseases. The building, at the point in time where it was no longer needed because of vaccines and so forth and so on, was sold to a private owner and drugged down Central Avenue by horse and served as a machine shop for nearly, probably close to 70 years. As a quarantine facility, it would have been extremely active from the 1880s through about 1918. In 1918, there was a very serious influenza outbreak in the United States and here. And it killed, I can't remember the numbers, but it was in excess of 100,000 people. In contrast today, every year maybe 17,000 people nationwide die of the flu. That was the last really large epidemic. People always ask about Pest House. Pest stood for pestilence. It's from the Bible and of course meant plague, disease, so forth and so on.
I'm getting a very oppressive feeling in this place. As I walk in, my stomach started to turn a little bit. I'm starting to feel a little bit sick. I'm drawn over to this area of the room here. I don't feel this door is an original door. I think this is an add-on door recently. In most years, this wouldn't have been here. I think there's been a lot of activity over in this part of the building. There wasn't beds like this. I don't feel that there was beds like this here. I think there was probably rows of beds. Different furniture. This isn't the original furniture. I feel that there's a lady that's been here with me. I got the lady before I actually walked in the door. She's quite a tall lady. I would say she's probably reaching 30. She's quite tall with dark hair. I feel she was a nurse, but I also feel that she was ill. So whether she'd been brought in, she'd caught something by caring for these people that were here. I've got a fatherly figure with her. This lady's still here. She's still in this building. She's still caring for the people that she cared for when she was alive. She hasn't moved on. There's a man figure with this lady, and I feel that it's her father. I'm not getting any names for the lady yet. She was a nurse. I think she was brought in. I think her father was possibly one of the patients. That made her come here to work as a nurse. Her father's passed. Her father passed with one of these illnesses. This place hasn't always been used as this building. I think this place was used as something else in recent years. There's a very sicky feeling here. I know there's a lot of people that died with the smallpox, and I'm not sure what the symptoms were, apart from a rash. I think there was more than just smallpox here. There was other contagious diseases. Obviously there was a lot of people that died here. And although this place has had a lot of deaths, it isn't an unhappy place. It's quite oppressive when you first walk in. You have to get used to it. You feel that the walls and the ceiling are kind of closing in on you a little bit. So when you get used to it, I'm getting used to it a little bit more now. Definitely a lady. She's definitely standing in this area. I can feel someone looking out the window. This lady's looking out the window. She's looking for something. She's still here. It's no good me touching these things because these things weren't here then. These are different. This is from a different time. These things have come later. It's the actual building that I'm picking up on. It's the residual energy that's in the walls. This isn't right. Or this isn't right. Just let me have a minute. Breathing's very uneasy. The breathing feels very tight. That's what I'm getting from this building. I'm just getting this lady. I'm getting her father. She's wearing a skirt, a long skirt to the floor. She's got a white top on with a white apron that comes down. She's definitely a nurse. She definitely died of the disease that many of the people in here died of. And she cared for her father. That's what I'm getting. I think this place is going to change this evening. I think the whole dynamics of this, the feel of this place is going to change, whether we get something. I think there's been movement in this place as well. I think there has been some kind of moving around. I think people have experienced something here and that's from the lady. I think the lady's moved something, whether she's moving things, organising things. I think this evening's going to be quite entertaining. I'm hoping I'm going to pick a little bit more up this evening. That's it.
Earlier, Kim and I were standing between the two beds talking, and we felt cold air. That's the only way to describe it, and that's usually a sign of some spirit activity. It brushed past Kim, then it brushed past me, then it brushed past the person behind me, and Martin was over in this area with his back turned towards us, and he said he was poked.
Yeah, well, I felt like a pinprick in the underneath my finger, but there wasn't. I mean, I was sort of leaning on that bench, but there wasn't anything on the bench to do that, so it's a bit strange.
And it was headed in your direction, so.
The lady that was in here earlier on, can you come back and talk to us? My name is Kim Cramp and I'm from the United Kingdom. I've come over here to speak with you. Listen.
It was the railing of the chimney pipe. When you walk on the floorboards, it's railing the
Okay. I'll start going cold. Can you take the temperature reading?
Yeah.
I've got cold from the head going down this time instead of from the feet going up. I'm getting really cold.
84 degrees.
I'm 84. Can you check round this cheek area?
68.
I'm getting cold, I'm getting goosebumps. I've got goosebumps at the moment. Look, you see the goosebumps?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Is it behind you?
It's going all over me now. What's my temperature?
81.
I shouldn't be having goosebumps then, yeah?
No,
Okay. I'm
I'm kind
here.
of checking the temperature around you and knocking any abnormal readings.
This area,
Yeah.
this whole area, this end, this window wasn't there, this wasn't there, the door wasn't there. This window and that window were probably the only windows in this place. And I can visualise a lady standing looking out of those windows. And I think that's the same lady as before. I think she comes here, her work isn't finished.
I'm getting cold. Kim, can you check the temperature? Right, it's right between the beds.
It is between, wow, hold on a minute. No.
Oh, I am freezing.
You're going from 71, 72, 64. I'm going through the window now.
It's gone, but my face is like freezing. It's still there?
No, you're going 63. You're going 63. Your actual body's high, obviously, but no, you've not got anything at the moment.
I'm not cold anymore.
It's just coming in waves.
Yeah.
It's coming in waves.
It's
at the moment.
behind me though.
Well, that's where I was standing earlier on. When
This is exactly where you were standing earlier on. Check me now. My back is freezing.
So just turn around for me. Just turn around so I can get back. Is there any, Martin, is there any? No, you're okay at the moment.
No, but again the all but
I was
touch was
just
towards
here.
that corner, so...
Kim, I was just here and there was no wind, but
No, there's
I
nothing.
felt something go through.
Well look, at the end of the day, we've got a balloon next to you here, that's not
Yeah.
even moving. Okay, so I
Move the
think we can,
balloon.
well I think we can pretty much rule out that there's not a big dry, now I'm getting cold. I'm starting to get cold. I'm starting to get cold.
That balloon just moved there, but it could be your
Well,
movement that made it move.
Look,
I can't get my temperature gauge. Oh, you're 77 here. You've been 83. So that's a little bit. 67 degrees.
it's just in this area.
Yeah.
Oh, my face is going cold.
Yes! My face was freezing.
Is this you affecting us? Are you breathing in our face? Are you coming close to us? You've got a balloon on the bed here. Would you try and just knock the balloon off? It's not making any kind of...
Can you affect me?
Is it possible, Kim, in your experience, that it could be residual haunting where somebody's just repeating the same actions over
I
and
think
over,
it is.
and we're in between the area where she's repeating her actions?
Yes.
I really thought it was intelligent though when he moved across the room.
I think what's happening here, there's a lot of residual energy in here from the
Absolutely.
walls, from the actual building itself.
See, I'm cold again.
I know. And this is... hold on a minute. You
So
just
was
moved
that
then.
someone's foot?
I just heard a bang.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
And I haven't moved.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Okay, let's be quiet for a sec.
And the good thing is these floors they're not creaky floors. We have so much trouble with squeaky floorboards. This is quite
Not hearing it.
And I'm not getting anything at the moment. It's like gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's.
Can you feel cold?
I do. Yeah.
Do you feel cold here?
Yeah.
You're feeling cold.
Yeah.
My EMF reader just isn't.
Martin,
Yes.
can you please take this even
There's a
Shane's
giraffe.
feeling?
Feels like there's a giraffe right
Mind you,
here.
the door's just been open.
Yeah.
It's the door.
The door's just been open. But we've got no draft here. Look at the balloon. Look at the balloon. The balloon hasn't moved. And yet Shane's feeling a draft,
I'm feeling a draft.
a cold.
This-
All
Oh,
red.
wait. Shh. Come on, do it again.
I'm still cold. Holy shit.
You feel that?
Yeah.
I'm getting colder.
I feel cold.
cold.
I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah.
cold. It's here. It's in
I
this.
feel it on me left.
this-
This side. Yeah, on me
It's
left arm.
here. It's all here. It's where Kat and I were standing earlier on. It's just in this area.
I want it. It beeped. This definitely beeped, and I cannot make it beep again. So it's definitely nothing conclusive.
Look, there's no. The balloon is absolutely still. There is nothing. There's.
Oh, you've got the temp. Oh, you've got the temp.
I've got a temperature. You take it, Mark.
Yeah, do you want to swap with that one?
Yeah, different position. Oh,
It's all right there.
it's here
Put
all
it
the time.
But can I-
Can you by your feet?
I haven't stood there, so just.
Can you put like a meteor right up there? Because if they were
Can you
sick.
feel this? Can you not feel this here?
Let me squeeze it.
This is like a vortex. It's just like this is a vortex.
You said vortex.
I would say
It is
higher
It could well be.
right there, or right
Can
by
you not feel that?
the arms.
I'm going
possibly,
really.
because
Like we did
Your-
earlier.
Your
Look.
hands are warm.
But look, how can I
Your
have
goosebumps.
goosebumps? To me, this is like a portal. It's like a vortex. It's just in this area. Wow. This is really strange.
I feel cooler here.
Do you know what? I think we get more energy readings on a portal. It doesn't sound right. I'm still going for residual.
Oh no, I think you're right. It's definitely residual in here. I think it's residual.
But when you said portal, it's like there's a thought.
Well, but when I mean portal, she might be coming backwards and forwards
Oh, right.
in visitation. If she's coming in visitation, you know, this is her space. This is backwards and forwards for her.
Yeah.
She's just
But
going
she
in and
does
out, in and out,
occasionally.
in and out.
Okay, my back's cold. Like my elbow, right Right by Martin.
I can
is
feel
really
it
cold.
on my left side of the day.
And yet, there's.
Your left side, because it's my left side. Maybe she went
Yes,
through
it's
you.
sort of
Let's
there.
put this balloon. I'm going to put this
It's
balloon.
right here.
Yeah, let me put the balloon over here because
Okay.
I feel.
EMF detector. I need.
Wow, yeah, good. Look at the balloon. Let that settle down.
I honestly, personally, I think she's going back and forth between.
So do I. Me too.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think so. She's all of a sudden coming. She's either sensing us, which I don't think that is the case. She's either sensing us and not coming back. She's not feeling happy
Can
coming
you get
back.
on with light?
Unless it's just this
Say
is just
again?
that she's doing all the time. You put those headphones on.
No.
Yeah, you put those headphones on. These are called Whisper 2000s, okay? Basically what they do is they enhance your hearing so much that you can hear a whisper, you can hear, you've got to try them. They're really cool things to have.
Oh, wow.
And when you do
But they don't
EVP,
record, so it's
then
just purely for the
yeah.
moment.
My name is Kim Cramp. I'm from the UK and I've come to America to talk to you.
Just
Just
do the
the
pool.
balloon move.
I just heard something, but I don't know if it's outside or inside.
Car door.
Do you want to speak
Oh yeah,
here?
just heard it again.
We're going to have to make complete quiet, guys. What I usually do is ask a series of questions but leave at least 15 seconds in between for it to answer. Is that okay?
Oh yes, I agree. That's when I do it.
Okay, my name is Kim. I've come over from the UK to speak with you. Could you tell me your name?
Kim, I think the balloon is wobbling. It's the second time I thought I saw it wobble. a little.
It's wobbling. It's moving.
Yeah.
I can hear Rob. There was an orb just down there.
It's pitch black in here too. Right here. Just to verify, you know what I mean? It always helps when somebody else is experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. Even though scientifically we may not be able to prove it, we can corroborate each other's stories.
It seems to be coming across this bed.
Now, I don't know if your motion moved the balloon, but the balloon just wiggled again. Can you just identify it?
Did you push down on the bed?
No?
Oh my goodness! Did you feel that?
Yes! It went right up next to you. Oh my.
Oh my god, come closer to me please.
It's just getting stronger.
You are getting stronger. You're here, actually... Do you mind me sitting down? Is this your bed? Could this bed be something to do? My legs.
Yes!
I see. There's
Like
an...
right here in my lap.
Do you think
Change these.
No, took your breath.
They're dead. They're dying again.
What?
These batteries. You hear it? They're dying again.
Feel this.
I don't want it.
So can. Martin, can you feel if he's dying? The batteries are dying out. Shane. It just goes whoosh.
Wow, I'm going to turn this off.
Do you think it's trying to manifest? It's trying to increase the energy? Feel right here. It's like
Those are just new batteries.
Yeah, well that's a common.
I'm not hearing anything on the whisper.
Did you know that is a common thing to happen?
I'm sorry.
Inactivity,
Oh yeah.
drain batteries.
I mean, my camera's fine. My camera's been fine with those batteries in that walkie.
That is
But
one.
you know
Oh
what?
no!
Oh,
Like,
okay.
if there's a presence that it will can
I'm
drain.
cold.
Shane, oh, shield your new batteries,
cold.
okay?
I'm cold.
No,
I'm
I'm
cold.
freezing right here.
Shane, come stand here.
I'm freezing right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Touch Shane. Tug on his shirt. Poke him. It's okay, he won't mind.
I will probably shit my pants.
Or come tug on me. You can tug my hair.
Yeah, you can do that to any of us.
It's so right here.
I've got it. I've got something.
Could
I've
that-
got something right here.
That is so. Did you feel cold?
Yeah, and I'm cold. Like my whole arm is freaking
That's
freezing.
Martin, can you start? What
Yeah.
happened? Martin?
It's like just stuck in me now.
No.
Yeah, it did. Just then.
Check your leg.
Check for scratch. No way. Anything?
I am freezing.
Any red mark?
No, nothing.
But it's getting
This-
stronger.
I don't know. It's
The
not-
area of cold is increasing.
Oh.
again.
It is. But what are the symptoms of the disease?
Felt like that.
I don't know. Smallpox? It was a fever.
That's what it felt like. It felt
Blisters.
just like when my finger got pricked.
I'm not lying, I'm still really cold. I'm freezing.
That's good. I'm glad.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
I'm seriously freezing.
See if
My hair is standing up.
I'm gonna get my camera and see if I can.
Yep.
Get
Shane's
the
got
camera.
goosebumps. Wow.
Oh, what's that?
Cold.
That noise was my whisper turned up too high. I went the wrong way. Well, last night I spent the night investigating the Pest House over in Mackinaw's historical village. My initial impressions of the Pest House, when I walked in, I'll be honest, I really didn't feel anything. And like I said, I was kind of anticipating a slow night because ghost hunting can be very slow and it can be very boring. Both Kim, Cramp, and I had an experience of a cold breeze brushing past her, and I was standing in front of her, then it brushed past me, and then Martin Cramp also had experience, which I'm sure he'll talk about. And from there, it just kind of kept going. We had people poked, and we had felt cold breezes, and no scientific explanations. We couldn't debunk it, and I think overall it was a good night. We'll have to see what the EVPs and the camcorders, if they show any evidence, but I think overall it was a pretty successful investigation.
My name is Kim Cramp. I come from the UK, and I run a company in the UK called Spooky Locations. We've come over to America to do some investigations. Last night we done an investigation in the Pest House in northern Michigan. It was quite an interesting investigation. I had a walk around first of all, just to see what I could pick up basically. I was getting a vision of a lady in there who I believe was a nurse. She wasn't a very old lady, probably in her 30s, and I think she was still there last night. Last night she seemed to come around us quite a bit. I think she died in doing what she was doing. She was taking care of the sick people. I believe her father was there, but I also believe that she's still working there. She hasn't disappeared from there. I think she comes in visitation, and this is what we felt around her last night. The location was very interesting because it was a building that was actually moved from an original place to where it was last night. So it was reconstructed. So the kind of things that we got there, I think, was residual. It was a residual energy that was actually captured in the building, not necessarily with the items in the building, inside the building, which I believe was donated to the Pest House. I think that what we was capturing was from actually inside the actual essence of the building. It was quite an interesting night, although we didn't have a great deal of paranormal activity in there. We did actually all experience something, which I thought was great. I can't wait to go back to the Pest House because although it wasn't a large building, it did come up with something last night, and I think it really does need investigating further.
Hi, I'm Martin Cramp. I'm for the UK. I belong to a company called Spooky Locations. We started, myself and my wife, we started getting interested in the paranormal in the late 80s. We had a joint experience which we could not explain and still can't to this day, and we both experienced it at the same time, which was very interesting to us. We, for the last few years, have been running our company. We hire buildings for the evening, castles, all sorts of different types of buildings in the UK that are supposedly haunted locations. We bring public along so they can experience, hopefully, the paranormal. When we arrived at the Pest House, it was quite small compared with what we used to investigating, quite a small wooden building. Nevertheless, we found it quite interesting. We set up our equipment. We found, I had an experience early on before anything was being recorded and before the equipment was fully set up. I was having makeup put on and I felt something prick me on my finger. I think a couple of the investigators was at the other end of the building at the time, was picking up something, and this is at the same time that I got something sticking in my finger, or like a type of pin or something. As I say, pricked my finger, which was sort of my first experience. I'm a skeptic, and I'm not a sensitive, or I pick up like a medium would. And that was my first experience of the evening. Later on in the evening, the activity that was sensed by everyone in there at different points was the far end of the, mainly the far end of the building.
Okay. This is a single axis cell sensor, which means that when you work it, you have to go up and down and then back and forth to make sure you're covering an area properly. Because if you don't, what you're getting is just a spot right in front of it. So you have all this empty space. So if what I try to do when I'm walking with it is I'll just kind of do like a cross as I'm going through an area. Then if I hit it, I'll try to zero in right on wherever it's going.
But you're not asking anything, you're just looking.
I'm not looking, I'm looking for problems. The first thing you want to do when you're ghost hunting is eliminate all the problems. That way you don't have to go back and debunk it later.
So this is like...
So even though we know this building has like no electricity or anything like that, you still want to do a baseline and make sure you know exactly how the house is. That way if you do get a spike on the sensor, you know it's new or something out of the ordinary.
How many people are here right now besides us? What are your names? Are there children? What's your favorite color? Do you know you're dead? Did you die from a disease?
A lot of times too, if I'm in a room, I'll just leave a recorder go and allow, if we're just having a conversation, we can talk about anything, the weather, the sun, how nice the straits look or something like that. And what you'll do is you'll find if you leave a recorder going, they'll try to join in on the conversation and you'll get an answer to something you weren't even trying to get an answer for. But see over here, you gotta be careful not to, you gotta realize these beds were all the way through here. This is just a play spot.
Oh, sure.
So you have to ask yourself the question, is this a mental thing because we've got these two beds sitting here and then the one dummy as well, giving you a mental impression of that. So you gotta be careful of that when you walk into a situation like this, because
these beds are not anything like what was in here. There's like cots. So
actually, he was saying this one here
is the size.
Was the size it was, so you didn't have a lot of room.
Which is, and he said maybe 20 down one side, and maybe even another 20 down the other.
So about how many would be in here?
20
well, you figure 40
40
people in here at a time.
And your caregivers and.
So I can't even imagine, the suffering and stuff that these walls have seen. It's a lot of bad feelings in a tiny little space.
You really get the morbid feeling when you come in that it, like you get when you walk into a funeral home.
Oh, it's definitely imposing when you walk in. And definitely they never have anybody here at night. So for us to be here, past 4 or 5 in the afternoon, it's got to be a confusing thing for them. But, really you've got to just kind of walk around, observe, your cell sensors in your hand. We've got EMF or EVP recorders going. So we're doing what we do when we do a normal investigation. And it's not always fun. A lot of times it can be really boring. But having just a conversation about the building and the smells and stuff like that, we don't have a clue what we're catching on recordings.
I just
Okay, take a step back to where it happened.
yeah, part of my face.
Yeah. So this is like your scientific stuff to show, hey, this is an electrical or this is something which could be causing it.
Is it moving again?
It was like right over the bed, and it went like up to like 5 or 6.
Okay, it's not just a move then, or for you just moving the equipment.
I wasn't moving it very fast though. I mean, I wasn't jerking it. I was just moving it up over here and just went to 5 or 6.
My name's Russ Aikman. When I first got to the Pest House, when you walk in, to me it just has this overwhelming feeling like you're walking into a funeral home. It's just like a morbid, I mean, you know, the suffering and things that have occurred there. So to walk into somewhere that you know all these people have passed away, it just kind of carries that real thick feeling to you. The meter that I used was one of Robb's meters. That what your purpose is, you do different, like a pattern, and check like a whole area, and it has the light and the gauge on it. And what you're doing is you're going around, and obviously at the Pest House there's no electricity or things, but part of ghost hunting is to scientifically, you know, debunk things as, oh, there's a haunting here, when it's really something that can be explained. To actually get into the ghost hunting part of things and investigations, I think, is amazing.
My name's Robb Kaczor. I am the owner of Other Side Tours. I run haunted tours here in Mackinaw City and other places as well. When we set up the location of the Pest House, I had visited the location beforehand, and I had a really strange experience. I was sitting, we had walked in, been bugging these guys to get me in there forever. Walked in, 5 minutes later, I simply had to leave the place. It was terrible. It was like somebody had taken a knife and just ran it right through my stomach. And I was out in 5 minutes. That was it. I was done. I was gone. And for a location, I immediately thought of that one, hoping that not just me, but the rest of the crew could have a unique experience in a place that nobody has gone ghost hunting in before. So I think we accomplished that. On the scientific side of things, unfortunately, I didn't have a lot happen. Evidence review, we should find out what's going on. Hopefully we got some really good EVPs. We had a couple really good sessions with all the equipment. Several EMF spikes throughout the night that really shouldn't have been there. The building had no power, so we have no explanation for those whatsoever. Other than that, we had a fantastic night, a wonderful location, and I'm really looking forward to doing the next one.
We went up to the Pest House, and I'm a skeptic as it is. I don't believe in any of this stuff. And it was weird. Like, we were doing investigations. Well, they were doing the investigation when I was filming them, and all of a sudden, Martin received pokes on his leg. He's like scratches on his leg, and I wasn't thinking nothing about it. I thought it was, you know, he could have hit a like a, what do you call it? Touched a nail or scraped his leg on a nail or something, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like, while I was just filming the investigation team, I started getting pokes and like small little pinches on my leg. I mean, it seriously felt like a bee sting. I mean, there was no bees in the place. It was pretty cold. There's nothing really that I can explain what really happened. But overall, I mean, it was good. It was a good location. It was a good way to pop our cherry to the investigation, and I'm kind of excited for tonight. That's basically it. Like I said, I'm Shane Michaels of Blood and Guts Productions.
I would like you all to close your eyes and breathe in deeply. I want you to imagine a brilliant white light that enters your head. It's going down your throat, into your chest, into your stomach. The brilliant white light is following down through your legs, to your knees, and out through your feet. It's a brilliant white light of protection. As you're imagining this brilliant white light flowing through your body, this is going to protect you this evening. The light will then join up and make one circle around you.
Hey, you can feel, I mean, you just still feel the swing.
You can. This is a really strange. If there's anyone here, would you like to come and communicate with us? My name is Kim. I come from the UK. I don't wish you any harm. I know you're around us at the moment. We've got a K2 meter on here. You can see there's two lights. Martin's got his K2 meter. Russ has got his K2 meter. We want you to turn the green light to red, if possible, please.
If there's anyone that's in here right now, if you can come towards this green light. I'm Russ. Martin's over here.
Yeah, I'm Martin from the UK also.
you can turn this green light, if you can move it, to the red. If there's anybody here with us now.
Just for the camera, as all three of us came in here, we found it very uneasy, a bit disorientated, a bit like being on a ship or a boat. Yeah, we all got that feeling.
Do you know what? Do you know that feeling? That's here, you know. That's just as you walk in here.
It's not as much the further back.
No, it's not. Do you know what? I've just discovered this area here.
And it's kind of chilly here.
Oh, it's getting cold. I'm getting cold. Okay.
If there's anyone that's here now, we move the green light. Just come to the green light.
Oh, I'm
and you
cold.
move it to the red.
I've got really cold. All the back of my neck. Have you got cold?
Yeah, my hair's standing my back.
Come towards us, friend, if you're here. Come towards us and show us that you're here with us. We don't wish you any harm. We just want to communicate with you. We've got some equipment here. It might seem strange to you. It's not here to harm you. We just want proof that you're with us. We know you come in visitation. Oh, it's just this bit here. It's like a corridor.
It is.
This is a corridor. Russ, you try this bit here. This is really strange.
See,
It's a corridor. It's almost as if.
It's a strange shape room as well.
Just, I mean, even to stick your leg
Exactly.
out, you only feel it on one and not the other.
Exactly. That's going. That's almost as if this is a vortex. Some kind of.
And it feels.
Are you okay, Martin?
Yeah, it just feels as though you're going to go down further than what you're.
Now, I don't know if it's the dynamics of the room, the actual construction of the room, how it's very a high room and it's very small, closed in, but it's got different angles to the room that obviously isn't like a normal room. It's just
try the temperature outside the room and in.
Okay, what have we got? We've got
Yeah,
75.
It's high, yeah, it's very high temperature.
It's
75,
very
25.
hot up here at the moment. I'm not feeling the cold now. I just felt cold as you felt it, Russ.
I do. You know, I just.
Isn't that weird going from there to here?
To step out here, you feel all right now.
Is that balloon moving? That balloon's moving.
It is.
Now, is there a draft underneath that door?
We'll check
Can
that
we
out.
check that draft,
Yeah,
Martin?
we'll check
With
that
there might be a slight draft. I mean, I know we've walked in here now.
You want to check that, Russ? I can't.
Because I
can't personally for the draft.
Maybe if we move the balloon into the centre of the room, just in case there was.
Slightly cooler in here.
It is just slightly, I think.
It feels a big difference.
It does.
Slightly cooler. 72.5 in this room.
It does.
73.5.
Okay. If there's anyone that's in here, can you come towards the meter? Come to this green light.
There's something here.
And can we?
There's something here, guys. This office. In the office. There's just something gone in that office. There's a shadow just gone across there.
Strange that balloon.
There's a shadow. There was a shadow just gone in that office. Let's go in the office. Bring the balloon.
Should we
Bring the
move on
balloon
in
in.
now?
Yeah, bring the balloon. Listen. If you can hear my voice, would you come towards my voice, please? We know you're around here at the moment. Oh,
Let's see.
did you just see that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that?
It's like at the desk and just
What
gone.
did I miss? What did I miss?
Here.
Oh,
Wait.
something.
Listen.
Just hear no.
You just heard no. Someone's just come out of here. Let's go in here. Yeah. Let's go.
Do you feel it's still in there?
Yeah, it's.
Did you feel that, Russ?
Yeah. Somebody can come out here. Could bring the camera up to the hall too.
Do you know I'm getting a beeping from that room there? That's quite. Can you still hear that, Russ?
Yeah, it's a fax
It
machine.
is. Is that what it is? The fax machine.
Yeah. Now this,
Ooh.
he's got a camera down there, so if that balloon moves, if we're not there, we'll still
Oh, fantastic.
be able
Yeah.
to see it.
Oh, close, yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Have we got any EVP set up?
It's a bit. We've got.
Whatever you call out, just give 10 seconds for a response. Okay. And
We might not
obviously-
hear a response, but
you might get
again,
something
it's
on the
going for the
computer.
evidence.
Yeah. Give it a chance to respond.
Alright. I'm gonna hold my K2 meter. If there's anybody that's here with us right now, can you tell us your name? Do you know what year? What year is it right now? Do you mind us being up here with you?
I just got a John. I just got a
Kaczor.
whisper.
Mm-hmm.
No, a whisper.
Oh, whisper.
It says no.
Really? Oh,
I just got John.
I wonder if the EVP might have picked that up then.
John. Very faint. I mean, it might have been a noise outside that I've just...
Is your name John?
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that was in here. Let's go. That was in here.
For sure.
Is that you, John? Is your name John?
I'll set this. Oh, my hair's standing up.
Oh,
on my
I'm
head.
going.
You feel it?
What's the difference?
Wow. Okay. John, your name is John.
I'm getting freezing cold.
Yeah. My
I tell you
goosebumps.
what, how about if we sit round the table?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this an EVP here?
Yes.
This is yours, yeah?
Right, so. let's just check
Listen,
that. What's that? Is that a chair?
is this your chair?
Did we pick that noise up?
Can you pick that up on the mic?
I can hear it, but I don't know what it is.
I sat completely still. I haven't moved.
Okay.
Is it your chair?
I don't.
That was my first sort of.
No, because I moved it.
Is there a John in here with us? I can still hear that. That's creaking.
Could you make the lights move on our meter there? From green to another colour? If not red, any other colour? Just to show you here.
Do you know that sounded that come from that way? Do you mind us being here? There's a tap in. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like that same
That's
sort of
over there.
noise again, but I did hear it.
That's over that way. Do you mind us being here?
Just gonna sit there.
Tapping.
No, this is
No, that's not making that noise. It was a... Can you hear that? Could you tap on the wall or tap on the door, tap on something else for us, please?
Can you come to this green light and move it to red? John, if you're here, can you come over to this green light? Maybe move it.
That sounds like a tapping. It sounds like a bit in the distance. If that's you, my friend, would you come close to us? Can you hear the tapping? We can hear you tapping. Are you trying to make your presence known? If you are, we've got a green light on the table here. We want you to come close to us. The closer you come, the green light will change different colours. Anything in there, Mark? I was going to say, 'cause it's pretty warm up here. If there's... How about if we go in the hallway a little bit more?
still am drawn down here.
Sorry.
Right?
I just wanted to. Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, like by that door.
Yeah, that's. Well, that is the area above the.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That must be them downstairs. Definitely drawn down that area.
Where did you hear something?
Well, I thought it was down there, but it might be them downstairs.
Yeah, it's.
Let's just have a look at the check.
I'm not even sure that they're inside. Yeah,
If you go in there, you've got the camera, yeah?
You should better pick that up.
Okay, let's make sure that's not moved.
No.
No, trigger object hasn't moved at all.
I'm happy that hasn't moved. Okay.
There. What was that?
Hey, did you get touched?
Yeah, it like flicked
you?
my hair.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're coming close to us. Bit closer,
Can you do that
please.
again, please?
We need to know for definite that you're here. Last night we was in a place called the Depot. On entering the depot, it was quite an eventful evening really, because I picked up straight away on a spirit, if you like, in the kitchen area that I think has been a bit of a nuisance in that place. I think some of the staff in there have probably felt him. We travelled around the depot to different parts of the building, and we sensed quite a lot of stuff that was going on. We didn't actually capture anything on camera, but when we went upstairs, some of us had felt things. We felt being touched. I think some of the camera crew felt some changes in temperature. Some of the rooms were really strange because it was almost as if they wasn't meant to be there. The rooms were sort of put in after, so it didn't seem sort of a real situation. One of the rooms in particular made me feel really, really sick, really nauseous. I think it was the way the room was set out. It was a strange shaped room. It was very high ceilings, but it had different angles that made you feel as if you was on a ship. As we entered the building, or that particular room, I felt as if I was drunk, so we had to get out of that room pretty quick. We set up some equipment and got a few different bits and pieces. One in particular was a shadow from going from one room to another, and I think that was maybe caught on camera as an orb at that particular time. I sensed it, which was quite good for me, because I thought that part of the building itself was quite a troubled part. We went into one of the other rooms and I sensed a man called John. One of our other investigators was using a Whisper 2000, part of our kit, and he heard the word no. We was calling out to John to see if we could get some response from him, and we was getting some tapping noises. Whether that was in conjunction with our questions, we're not quite sure until we sort of go back on the footage and maybe check some of the equipment and some of the EVP that we got that evening. In all, I thought the depot was quite an interesting investigation. It didn't come across with lots of activity, but we did get some in some of the spots that I detected. There was indications that there was paranormal in those spots. I was quite pleased with that.
We investigated the depot. Lovely building on approach, loads of character, and fabulous history to the building. It had two levels to the building. Our part of the investigation was on the upper level. It was quite warm evening, so we found that quite difficult in regard to paranormal investigating. We normally sort of used to quite cooler weather, but nevertheless we had quite a few bits of activity in different areas. The K2 meter we used and didn't have any joy or any results with that on this occasion, but some things we did have results with was we had a balloon, a lit balloon. We had some movement with that, and we couldn't put that down to any drafts anywhere, so that was quite interesting. We used the Whisper device
quite a lot on this investigation, and Kim did get a response to a question of asking who was there, and she got a name of John picked up on that. Unfortunately, that's not a device that records, but hopefully Russ, that was with us on that investigation, was running EVP, so we're yet to find if he picked up anything up, you know, with that name as well. So we're just waiting for that. Also, Kim did sense something moving from room to room on a couple of occasions, and Shane, the cameraman, is quite sure he caught an orb leaving one of the rooms and into the landing area. Again, that's got to be verified, but that's quite an interesting bit of result there as well. Other things that happened: one of the rooms upstairs, and a few of us discovered this, that walking into this room, which was a strange shaped room, a very high ceiling, quite a small room, we felt very disorientated when we entered this room, and almost like the feeling of being on a ship or something like that, which is quite strange to work out why that would be. And also we had a trigger object set up, and that didn't seem to have moved either, because we normally keep that in the locked off area where no one's got access to, and check to see if that's moved at the end of the evening, but that didn't seem to have moved at all, so there was, you know, no result there. But all in all, a lovely location, and would love to go back again and do another investigation at another time. So yeah, very enjoyable.
Well, I was very privileged to be a part of the investigation as an investigator. This was my second time with the group. We went upstairs and we had the K2 meters, electromagnetics, and we were able to use those. It didn't get any readings or anything off of them, but then Kim and I had put on the Whisper 2000, which basically is like a really amplified listening device that you can hear just the smallest little things. Turned all the way up, you can almost even hear your heartbeat. It's that sensitive. And as we were kind of walking through and trying to get some EVPs, we heard when we asked, is there anybody there, anybody wants to talk to us, Kim had heard the word John, or the name John, and then a little bit later as we were talking, I asked a question and the answer was no. I'd asked if the person was in there, and we had moved into the one room and sat down at the table, and we were hearing a little bit of knocking, so we encouraged if the spirit's name was John, to maybe interact with us or give us a sign that they were there. Took a balloon and we checked, and there was no wind or anything. A balloon with a light up in it, and to see if we can get it to move a little bit. As we stood in the hall, kind of between the two doors, we get the cold feelings and chills, but I felt a little tug at my hair right on the back, and I immediately had turned to see, you know, if somebody was there, if I bumped into something, and there wasn't anything there. But that's okay, because we had encouraged the spirit to let us know they were there by maybe touching one of us, or, you know, to talk with us.
A back section of the depot. It's used as an arcade. My guess is, Ron, maybe you can confirm this. This isn't part of the original structure, what we're standing in right now, is it?
No, this is right around after the fire.
Yeah. Do you don't know when or anything?
I know.
I'm not feeling like a strong presence, but there is something here. Ashley, are the baseline readings coming okay? Why don't we sit down and do the EVP? Just see if we can do anything. I'll do active EVP. Is there anybody in here who wants to talk to us tonight? What is your name? Why are you here? How many of you are there? How old are you? Can you think of any questions?
What year is it?
That's a good one. Honestly, right now in this room, I'm getting nothing.
Yeah, I might want to move on.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough with the nothing hearing, but...
Yeah, the lights and the sound and everything. This isn't ideal ghost hunting. But I heard there was activity in here earlier, so I thought it was worth checking out.
Can't hurt.
You'll put all the video games and like all the electricity in here to make people feel like they're being watched or whatever, just because of
The high EMF, well, really, the funny thing is,
didn't
EMF
really
detector's
go off
not really going on, so, looking at what, there would be no reason for EMF sensitivity to happen to somebody in here, because really sitting here, what's your reading right now? Zero. So, there's nothing here to
I
mess
think
with.
that in of itself is kind of weird, but not paranormal.
No.
Not what we're looking for. Okay. So we are non-person. It's a motion sensor light. It's supposed to click on when people walk through. Oh wait. I am sensing something just walking through that door. It was brief cold. I haven't done baselines in here yet. 72, which is consistent with what we got in the arcade. 72. Do you want to go with the EMF again, Ashley? 60. Rob, why don't you go ahead and put the recorder on this table? Yeah. I'm feeling something right here I'd like to see. Since the arcade was a bust, let's see if we can get something in here. We'll investigate those for in a minute. Ashley, can you get an EMF reading on this place? On this table in specific? No beeping again even here, so. Let's try an EMF, because I really feel like there's a presence here. Do you want to try to start off?
Is there someone here with us? How old are you? Are you a boy or girl? Do you stay here often, or are you just passing through?
What year do you think it is? How are you attached to this place, if you are? Is there any message you want to give? Anything you want to say? I'm feeling tingly here. It's not a cold feeling, but it just feels like prickly energy against this wall here. I'm really getting a really strong reading on this picture. Oh my gosh. A very strong reading on this picture. Yeah, I see the table to me seems dead now, and the picture really seems active, and I know there's cases of haunted objects, and personally I never come across one, so do you know anything about the photographs that the owner keeps here, Rob?
The owners really haven't told us anything about the photographs, unfortunately. A lot of them are found in storage up in the building, so that's why they've got them put up.
Let me take a closer look at this. Well, there's a lot of snow.
It's probably from around here.
Well, that's a train station.
Yeah.
That's a depot, so it's definitely from outside. Does he look like he's in a uniform?
No. No, he's just a businessman standing there.
Because I was thinking maybe he's the... I don't know what you call the people who run the train station.
Conductor or engineer. I don't know what their uniforms are. It doesn't look like what I've seen before though, so.
Okay.
Why don't we go ahead and try getting in the kitchen and run through there real quick. Down here there are reports of black shadows moving across the bar here and also back in the kitchen. I personally have not experienced anything down here yet, so.
And that was my next question, of course, but there's so many reflective surfaces. I mean, the whole back of the bar is mirrors that it'd be really hard to prove that a dark shadow because everything is reflective.
Right. But
I feel like I just got nudged in the elbow as I was talking.
Okay.
So that's something to just note. Can you check right out here? You know, you were standing right next to me with the EMF detector, so unfortunately
I could have nudged you.
no, it was like a tingling, like the prickling I was feeling in my fingers. I'm feeling it now in this elbow, like somebody was like grabbing it, but it was tingly. So again, it's not scientific proof, and that's what we're really after. So.
I will say, earlier tonight, when the other team was upstairs, I was standing at the bar, and it sounded like almost a complete sentence was spoken out through here. I couldn't even understand what they said. It was just a total inflection of wah, 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 or something like that. It was just really quick. So I came in here and I didn't feel anything specific, but it was kind of interesting that it came from this area. Like I said, the people that work in there really hate the kitchen. Even the people that work in the kitchen every day hate it.
Because right now, from where I'm standing right now, Rob, I feel sick to my stomach, like I don't want to go forward. My stomach really feels nauseated, and I was fine out in the main section.
Well, let's
It's
push
not
in.
good for a kitchen, so.
No, let's push in and see about the.
Ooh, it's nice and dark in here. Ooh. I have goosebumps coming in here, so. Yay, maybe this place is actually. Anyway, let's go back. Well, it's okay, because it could have been the movement of the EMF detector, but if we can get it to move a little bit, it could be, well, go ahead, check it. Between us and Ashley, really.
It could be this.
And, I mean, that's the thing, just for training, you let me know right away, excellent. Now we're going to try to duplicate it to see if we can, figure out if it's an electronic source, which in this building is very likely, or since I got goosebumps, maybe it was something more like what we're looking for. You said you heard a sentence uttered earlier. Has there been, with the staff, you said the staff didn't like being back here. Did they give you reasons why?
The constant shadow. The report is you come in the morning, and usually it's just one or two people here, and you'll actually see what they describe as a shadow man walk through the door into the kitchen.
You said behind the bar they showed the shadows, right?
More up on the ceiling, kind of like a black flash that goes across the ceiling from one end to the other. I really tried to debunk that, thinking maybe they were seeing a bright day outside and the light was coming through. And they've got a little truck they drive back and forth here on the grounds. And I watched that thing one day and I never did see that shadow. So it follows the same path every day about the same time in the morning when the employees are working on the grounds. And I did
so
not
it's first thing in the morning, it's early in the morning.
First thing in the morning,
with no customers?
With no customers.
Yeah, it's important to point out that we're inside a shopping plaza. There's no road outside of here, so they don't have traffic. Mm-hmm. It's foot traffic, it's not car traffic. So it can't be a car passing through, which is automatically where one would think.
Right. The only other report I've had down here is occasionally a person standing at the end of the bar, but that's only happened like once or twice.
And Ashley, I know you were on one other investigation with us. This is your second, and I think honestly this is much more normal of not getting anything than the other one was, where it was a little more active.
And what's funny is we've actually caught an EVP upstairs that sounds very similar to a cat meowing. Some of the other evidence we've gotten here before is the sound of a blacksmith hammer dropping.
Oh. Did you just hear something?
It actually sounded like somebody was walking down there.
I heard it click, but
it was 2 to 3 footsteps. It was like click, step. It was just.
And we just got done doing a investigation of the old train depot at Mackinaw Crossings. It's a beautiful historic building. It's what's left of the original train depot. Unfortunately, what happened to me happens to a lot of ghost hunters, and is more common than an exciting night of hunting ghosts. Nothing much happened with me down on the first floor. But like I said, that's part of the ghost hunting business, and that's to be expected. Not every place is going to be active at the time you investigate. But we did get a chance to try out some new equipment, and I got a chance to train Ashley some more. She's our investigator in training. And, you know, it's fun. No matter if something happens or not, I had fun investigating the depot. And maybe we'll get some evidence on the EVPs and any pictures or camcordings we took.
Well, we had a pretty interesting night at the depot. We got inside and the psychics went crazy. We had to kick them out, you know, just get them out kicking and screaming for them to do their walkthroughs. They were not very happy with me about that, but hey, that's the breaks. Investigation-wise, things went pretty smooth. I was watching the team upstairs. They had an interesting night. Us downstairs, we had kind of an interesting things going on, and at one point we actually had what sounded like 3 or 4 footsteps and a sound of a chain jangling. 2 of us had looked over immediately to where the sound was, and we saw nothing. But the fact that both me and Russ heard that at the very same time and looked kind of at least corroborates we weren't hearing things. The depot's a beautiful location. I'm really looking forward to getting back to it. The setup for the depot was pretty straightforward. We put 2 cameras down in the dining room, 1 camera upstairs following the hallway, and another camera in a room where they've reported drawers opening and closing, and also on a tour I had with a group of girls from Adrian, they had the radio turning off and on while they were standing inside that room, and I actually witnessed it and had that on tape as well. Again, the depot's a pretty good setup. Unfortunately, we weren't able to open the little tiny door this time to get down to wherever that nasty thing is in that hole. I had a really good friend do an investigation with me down there. He took 3 steps in, stopped, froze like a deer in the headlights, and then jumped back all the way to the opening. And I ran down to see what was going on, and he goes, "Dude, someone said get out." I've never seen a guy scared my entire life, so that was really funny. We've also got some EVPs like that up there. We will be reviewing the evidence, and I'm sure we've got more than enough EVPs to make for a very interesting night.
Hello, I'm Kim Cramp.
And I'm Russ Aikman.
And we're in the old Presque Isle Lighthouse, one of which I've been to before, and I'm coming back because I think this place needs more investigation. Okay, on entering this building, I started to feel I'm starting to go cold now. I'm feeling there's something in this area here, Russ. There's a man's presence here, very masculine presence here again. There's also a lady, and there's a very small child. The child is a little girl.
Now, do you think with this being maybe the lighthouse keeper's house, that the man you're feeling is
could be
dedicated some service to?
I think this was this man's job, and this man's still here. The lady, the man definitely passed first. Now, I'll tell you what I'm feeling in here. I'm going cold. I don't know if you can. I've got goosebumps, and yet it's a very warm afternoon. There's been things seen in here by some of the people that have worked in here. I know there's been water on the floor that's unexplained. I would put that down to like a poltergeist activity. Water,
what do you think?
Puddles of water, don't know.
Nothing.
But appeared out of nowhere and then gone again. Okay, I feel that someone would have walked in here, maybe a member of the staff, and thought, well, there's water on the floor. Why would the water be on the floor? This is what I'm picking up at the moment.
you think with this being the keeper's house that maybe going out in the rain and coming in and maybe it's drying off?
I don't think that's so much. I think more of an attention thing. Look, I'm creating this water on the floor. Take notice of me.
Sure.
Yeah. Could be the small child.
Names maybe? Is it the family? Is it...
Yeah. I'm getting a George. There's definitely a George here. I don't know if it's a George. I don't know if this is the lighthouse keeper or if it's a man that just comes in as visitation, because this is very difficult for me at the moment. There's a lot of memorabilia in here.
Now, when they were talking about the building itself, they said that it's been rebuilt on the foundation, which was built in like 1840. So the things that are in here, they said that were not actually with the building. Will that affect maybe some of your?
It will affect it. I'm picking up this guy called George. It's an older man called George. I know his wife, and I can describe his wife at the moment. Actually, I can describe his wife. She's wearing she's got quite a long dress on. It's a dress. I think her hair's been put back into a bun. There's also a child. The child's not connected with the couple. The man definitely died first. Lady died after, but the man's coming back in visitation because I think he was really happy here. This man was really happy.
It's maybe the keeper, or maybe.
I think it could be the keeper, and I think he's very happy, and that's why he's coming back. And the things that are felt in this place they're not sinister things. These are happy feelings.
Sure.
And I think maybe the staff, he's playing pranks. Maybe getting up to a little bit of mischief with some of the staff. I think at one time or another, this window here, I think there's been faces seen through that window, and I think they're very small. It's a very small child, maybe one child, possibly more, possibly 2, 3 children, definitely one.
When the curator that works in the shop a couple of times a week, she says when she closes down, she'll undo the curtains and things. Do you think that maybe the child peeks through there and doesn't like them closed, or wants the light in?
Well, I think tonight, excuse me, we might see something here. We're going to do a séance in here on this table. I don't think this table comes with the building. I think this is someone else's table that's obviously been given, but I'm going to do a séance on this table to see what we can get. I'd like to move on to another area, because I am getting called to this area over here, which is the kitchen area. Again, there's lots of memorabilia around, there's lots of things. Hopefully I'm picking up on the stuff that's the essence of the building and not the residual energy from some of these artefacts that are here. I feel this area here, I'm going really cold in this area at the moment, and I feel there's been a bit of activity in this area. I think the staff have walked in and out here and they've sensed things here. The puddle of water that I said, I think that's been in the floor in here. Now I know that's really strange because it's a kitchen area, and if you're going to have puddles of water, it probably would be in the kitchen. But I think there's been unexplainable puddles of water. I do feel that there's puddles of water that's been picked up on and they shouldn't be here. Even on a hot, dry day, maybe a water appearing. Cut on that one.
You know where the water would appear, or where?
Yeah, I think in the kitchen area, just on the floor there, maybe possibly over here. Water maybe. Very strange, very strange. Almost as if it's an attention seeking, whatever's, if he's coming in, if it's the guy that's in here, maybe called George, maybe he's pulling a prank on someone and he wants that attention.
Maybe get their attention and interact. And
yeah.
I suppose you would get bored if you come in here and nobody's here. So.
Yeah, and you know, it's, and the child, there's definitely a child in here, definitely a child involved in this building and in the surrounding area. A very small child. And now I want to go into this room here, which I'm assuming is the bedroom. This room, this has definitely had activity in this room. Again, I think the furniture, I don't think is original to the building. I might be wrong, but I don't think it is. Things have been, lights have been turned on and off here. There's
we have a picture on the wall with, I believe, maybe the lighthouse keeper and his wife over here.
Yep.
No. Are you able to actually, do you vision and see maybe?
Well, you know, there's a picture on the wall there now. I don't know, the lady I told you about the bun in the hair.
That would be how it is.
I would maybe this could be the couple I'm talking about, and I haven't seen this picture yet. So that to me is quite. I was getting a man with a beard, which I didn't say about before, but that is how I would visage the
said that
people.
was the lighthouse keeper here for many years.
Oh, fantastic! So that could be. These are the people that are coming back. Maybe these are the people that. But I don't think these are the people that are causing to want attention. These people are still moving around here. He's definitely coming back. He was very happy here. I'm sensing he was so happy that he's coming back. He's definitely a prankster. He would definitely do things. If this is the man, and yet the man I picked up on hadn't died that long ago, so I'm not sure how old this man is that we're seeing on the wall there.
Maybe with the artifacts that are in the building.
I think there's a child. The child actually runs from room to room. Whether that's how that's causing things that are happening to go on and off the lights and things like that, don't know. But I know we're going to put some equipment in here later. I'm going to set some trigger objects up to see, and maybe cordon that door off so no one can come in here.
We have a camera in here, so
we've got a camera so we can keep an eye on it. And I'm going to put some trigger objects. I'm going to lay some maybe some coins down and talc them down so if they get moved, we're going to be able to see if they get moved.
Sure, that would be great.
You know, as I'm coming up the stairs now, and I'm definitely sensing a small child up here. I know there's a small bed in front of me, but this child is up and down, up and down. She definitely wants attention. Yes, definitely a small child. There's definitely a small child. I'm feeling this very small child up here. The child from downstairs comes up, and she comes up, and what she does is she stands there and she's looking down. She's looking down over this banister here. She comes in visitation. She's quite a, I would say, 5 to 7 year old child in a pinafore dress. She's, if you're standing there, she's definitely looking over.
Do you think this is the child that maybe is the lighthouse keeper's child?
Possibly.
No, maybe how old she was when she died?
I'd say between 5, I'm getting 5 and 7 years old. Quite a small child. How big a child would be? 5, 7 years old. Mousy hair, quite long. I'm getting a long pinafore, quite long dress, boots. I think she drowned. I think she drowned outside. I don't know. Is that right?
The historian said that the lighthouse keeper's daughter had drowned out in the lake right out here. So maybe the puddles of water or something.
That's who's coming.
The girl, or
that's very good point.
Dripping water and
good
getting
point.
attention.
Good point. That could be. This child is definitely up and down, in and out, round and round. She wants attention. She's trying to seek attention from people now. I think maybe later on we're going to put a ball out for her and the balloon. We'll try and get her to play with the balloon.
Right, which has a little light in it, so
which
you're in darkness.
It's going to be new. We'll try and get her to interact with that.
Sure.
That's good.
EVPs while we're talking and see if we can.
Absolutely, yeah. But she's definitely here. This little girl. She's a very sweet little girl. I don't know if the lighthouse people, if the keeper and his wife had any other children. I'm not sure if they had any other children. Not sure. I'm not getting anything. But definitely this little girl is in visitation. She comes here. She's not a menace. She just wants to be noticed every now and again. And I think it's her that looks through the window as well. So really, you know, we've got this little girl up here who obviously sleeps up. She slept up here. She's come in visitation. She's looking over that banister at maybe her parents that were downstairs. She's getting up to all kinds of mischief that obviously children of 5 to 7 do.
Now, do you think maybe since she drowned here, obviously she's going to be more drawn here than in spirit?
I think yes. I think she's definitely drawn in this place. She obviously.
She feels at home.
She's feeling at home here.
With her, if her dad's the lighthouse keeper, then maybe they're both here together.
But you know, I think she's confused. I think she's confused because of all the different stuff that's here that wasn't here when she was here. So she's probably going to come here and think, well, what's that there for? And who bought this and who bought that? And tonight, I think, hopefully tonight when we set some stuff up for her, we'll set the balloon and the ball and stuff like that. We'll get her to try and play with it.
Now you've dealt with paranormal things for well over 20 years now. It seems that, you know, do you think with the children it's a little bit more easier to interact with them, that they want to play a little more than the adult spirits? Are they a little more jovial.
Yeah, I think they're pretty mischievous because that's their nature anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, you can, and it's very sad really when you get a child come through because obviously they've gone before their time. So we're very delicate when we handle small children, or if we can get a small child that comes through because they still feel scared, you know. I mean, she's coming here for a reason, and the reason being she lived here.
And now she sees all these weird people,
You know,
all these artifacts that were not
She's
here
going to
before.
probably come here and see us and think, what on earth is going on? So we're going to have to handle that in quite a delicate matter. We'll leave her a little ball on the side and try and get her to play with that. Try and encourage her to move that. How about if we go down into the cellar now?
I think that'd be great.
See what we can find.
All right.
That was quite interesting up there, Russ, wasn't it?
It was. You can almost just feel that the girls.
You can feel it coming up and down these stairs. Hey.
Very mildewy and echoey.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And obviously, being a basement, it's going to be a little bit more chilled than before, but you definitely feel cooler down here.
Oh. I'm just getting real chills. Real chills.
Now it looks like they're actually in the parts of remodeling. I think they've seen a sign.
Yeah, this is all been painted, obviously.
Sure.
But you know what I'm feeling? I'm getting goosebumps all over. I'm getting a very uneasy feeling down here. I know it's quite an oppressive feeling because it's quite low.
And this is actually not wood; it's cement.
Wow.
Concrete.
So that's going to keep some residual stuff in anyway.
And you can see, Kim, how thick these walls really are. There's maybe 2 foot.
It's pretty damp in here, but you know what I think? I think tonight this is gonna be a bit of a hot spot in here this evening. I think we're gonna do some stuff down here. Maybe do some table tipping down here because we haven't done that yet.
We haven't, you know, and maybe some trigger objects.
Trigger objects. Yeah, definitely set some trigger objects. Do some EVP down here. There's something that comes in that way. There's something that comes across those stairs.
Across from the lake, or
possibly. Very possible. Whether that's something to do with the building, I don't know. But this being or this person comes in that way and goes out that way, in and out. Possibly. Again, I wonder if the little girl comes down here and looks through those windows. I don't know. There's an Emily. The little girl I feel is called. What I'm saying there. She's there, and I feel her name is Emily. That's it, Emily. I don't know what the lady's called. I know I'm getting a George, but that's not here, and that's not the thing that the person that's coming in and out there. So that's baffling me at the moment. This shadow person is coming in and out.
And what is a shadow person? Is it versus an apparition that somebody would you be able to see the ghost? Is it a different type of spirit?
My interpretation of a shadow person is something with a form of, it's like a form, it's like a shadow, but in a form. I sense things, I don't necessarily see things, but I think things have been seen here. Okay, as a form of shadow person. I feel I've got to come here at the moment because this is quite important for the little girl. There's the little girl here, I think she plays around this part. She plays in here. She's not supposed to play in here because I really feel that she shouldn't be.
But this was.
I think she's been said, don't go in there.
Being tall, this is Dad's work.
Too much. She's in and out here. She's in and out, but you know I'm sensing quite something sad. There's something quite sad in this spot. She shouldn't be coming in here. She's been told don't go in there. She's up and down these stairs. She's back again.
You can see how old these are.
In and out. Yeah. She's been told, don't go up there because it's dangerous.
I think for a little girl,
it's dangerous. To hold on to the hand. And she does, and she comes in here. She's still coming in here now. She's coming in and out here. Don't think she's got hurt in here. I think it's somewhere that she used to play, possibly with someone else, but I'm not picking their presence up. But she's been told, should not play in this area. That's all I'm getting.
An already working activity, which is really exciting for us. Kim and I were talking about how I got the impression, so did she, that there's somebody upstairs specifically in this little cottage that is walking around, but they're not walking the floor plan that is in here now. I'm getting glimpses of a different floor plan, like there wasn't a loft, it was a full upstairs, that's for sure. I'm not sure where the stairs were, but I'm definitely getting the impression that there's a presence in here that's walking the layout of the original lightkeeper's house. That's all I can explain. If you can hear us, please walk towards the screen light and make it go to red again.
Can we turn that torch off? Do we need that torch on this?
Yeah. Come closer, come towards the screen light. See if you can make it change color.
Right, there's a child, the little girl's here. She's here and she stands up there and I'm going really cold. My arms are getting really, really cold.
The balloon's moving.
Come towards her, that might be me. Come towards us, darling. We're not here to harm you. We just want to say hello to you. Oh, really cold.
I know.
Really, look.
Right
My
over
arms
here. There's a breeze. Is there a draft through the window?
don't know. Let's do it.
I am going to have my torch on, as you call it.
But
63 degrees towards the window.
Really
It's 62.
really icy cold. I'm icy.
Let me move
Can you see the
my
hair
heel.
standing on my arms? They're actually standing and they're starting to stand up even more. Come towards us, sweetheart. Come on. We know you're here with us.
64 degrees. The balloon's probably moving because of Kim.
I'm Rocky. There's a little girl, she stands up there. She's standing up there and she's looking down, like earlier on. She comes down the stairs and she comes round and she starts skipping around the place.
Feel right here. Feel how cold it is right there. It's registering 66 degrees, but it feels like it's 40s at least.
Let's get another digi.
If you want to talk to us, come closer, sweetie. We got a balloon for you to play with. You can come to the screen light and make it change colors. Or you can come to this red light and we can hear your voice. Try talking to us.
I've got a fluctuation here. I've got 64, 62, 62.5 going on to wood, which is obviously a little bit, that's a 65, 62.
Check the windows for a draft. I checked them with my thermometer and I got nothing.
You know you're going to get sort of
Well, the
windows
glass
are gonna
is
be
colder.
Yeah, it's going to
I
be
got
cold. It's
like
gone
a
down
4-degree
to
difference.
58.5, 60, 63. That's obviously around the glass.
Right.
The walls are obviously made of concrete and they are going to be, that's 61.5, so that's going to be pretty cold.
But I don't think it would account for the draft that we felt, that burst of cold air that we felt earlier. I mean, the curtains aren't moving and they're lace curtains. I mean, there is a slight draft, I won't lie. There's a slight draft coming in here, but not
If you
like
look
that.
at this is around the table. Now how can it fluctuate from 62 or 61 going up to 65? Watch. 65, come on, where are you? 64, 65.
Yeah, there's
look.
65.
65 going round. Okay, 64 going down.
And nobody's been seen here.
No one's been sitting there. 63, 63. 62.5 is going down. 63 going up. So around that table there's a fluctuation of a couple of degrees, which is quite strange. Okay, you've got 62 near the 7. Should we start going maybe to the smaller? I don't know if everyone can see on here, but we've got a balloon on the table. We're going to have a seance soon. Okay, we're going to try and see if we can get the little girl. I picked her up earlier on and I thought her name was Emily, but it's not Emily. I think it's Annie. Annie? Annie, you're affecting me. Annie? Annie, come close to me, please. Annie, I've come back to say hello to you. I was here in October. I've come back to see you, Annie, or to speak with you.
Right here.
It's just here.
She's
Now,
right here.
we're at the fireplace, so could
Yes,
that
child.
be a draft? Okay, that might be a draft coming through. We are near the fireplace, but
Let me
it's
see
not
if the
making.
balloon is open or not.
Well, it's not making the balloon move that much anyway. If it is, it's just slightly moving. If we go to the small bedroom, we've put some trigger objects out. We've put a wind chime out, and what we've deliberately done, because we think Annie we think she's in the building with us, and we've put the wind chime on a pole going across the bed so she can reach it and she can make the wind chime move. We've also put some coins out and we've doused the coins with talcum powder. So Annie, if you're here, would you try and please make the coins, just touch the coins for us. Make the coins move. Make the wind chime, just go near the wind chime for me, Annie. Is there any chance we could just make our way to the small bedroom? Okay, Annie. Annie, my name is Kim, and I've come all the way from the UK to come and speak with you, and I'm here with
Cat.
And Ashley?
We'd all like to talk to you. All you have to do is come near one of our objects that we're holding in our hand. Everybody here actually has an object.
Well, we've got some coins on the side, Annie, and you know, I do believe you're between 5 and 7 years old, and you're old enough. You can maybe move those coins for us, or make this green light I have in my hand. The closer you come to me, Annie, you can maybe move this green light to red for me. You don't have to do anything. Just come close to my voice now. Just follow my voice and come close to me. 87, 91. Where the moment it was actually going. Oh, now it's gone to 65. It was going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, there was like.
Look,
right there, right there. He's right behind me.
I've got 71. Can you get that?
Oh, he's right behind me. He's like, coming through me. God.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Ashley touched me.
I've got 69. I've got 65. But the digital thermometer was actually going up. It was just going crazy.
Oh, he was coming through me.
Who is this? Tell us who it is.
I think it's the man. I think it's your George. I filled a mail present.
71, 66,
Oh.
67. We're actually going a little bit crazy.
He's trying
on
to
the
talk,
thermometer.
and I'm not a medium.
I don't know if you can get that on camera at all, but it's actually just going completely. Okay, follow the thermometer, yeah? Let's see if it can go crazy again. 71, 63, 68, 64. Let's go round. 69, 63. I mean, it's just stupid. It shouldn't be going like that. So whatever's in here around this area is actually going a little bit crazy at the moment. Oh, okay. We had a little bit of a movement on the K2 meter then.
Yeah, go to the green light.
Okay, George, if you're here, George, come on.
Do you know what, Kim? I feel so disorientated right now.
Do you? The little girl that I picked up earlier on, she's definitely coming into play.
I was going to say, this is almost got like a stellar feel where it's like
It is
probably
a
a
stellar
constant,
feel to it, yeah.
a constant temperature, probably summer, winter, probably stays pretty much stable, I would have thought. What's that feeling?
I think it's just because even just standing here, you can look almost straight up.
It would, you know, this, to me, that is really weird, isn't it? To look at the steps going up that way, that is,
Yeah,
it's almost,
it messes with your.
I think it messes with your, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean,
That's why lighthouses are so cool in the dark.
yeah. What was that?
It was me.
You were talking?
Every little sound was
Oh, I wasn't
amplified.
Did you hear a voice?
I just,
I think it's my imagination.
no, it wasn't, I just heard, that's why I just said, who was that?
I don't know, it sounded like a girl.
Shane obviously like
A girl?
but that wasn't
Yeah,
what
it
you
sounded
picked up
like a
on.
girl. I don't know, maybe it was them outside. I just
No,
thought.
that's what I just said to you, who was that? At the same, exactly the same time.
Let's see if we can hear him talking outside.
Listen.
I don't know.
I just looked like a girl's whisper.
Yeah, well,
At the same
I looked
time.
like she was talking in our conversation because we were all conversing.
Yeah.
And that's
You heard it,
Yeah. And that's what,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what I
Jason
said.
heard it.
so hopefully it's on your sound.
I hope.
And that was exactly the same time I said, what was that? So you know exactly where to listen.
Right. Well, I
Hello?
label all this as light inside the lighthouse material. So
Hello? Is there an echo there? Hello?
Thought I heard something further up there.
it was the echo.
No, I thought I heard a scuff.
So did I.
Well, up higher.
Yeah, up higher.
Is there anyone in here with us?
Could you make some more noises for us?
Can you copy what we do? If I whistle. Copy me. Now, did you hear voices?
I just heard something.
So did I.
It was
Yeah,
closer.
and that sounded like it come from there.
50.5,
A female.
51,
Yeah,
Yes.
it was high pitch. I don't know what it said.
51,
Emily?
50.5,
Emily or Annie?
51,
Are you here with us?
52,
Emily or Annie?
It's getting darker right there.
Yeah, it is getting darker, yeah. Emily or Annie, can you come down and speak to us if you're up there? You know, you shouldn't be in here. Can you bang something for us? Annie? Annie, is that you?
That's outside. That's some kind of motor outside.
Yeah, it sounds like a helicopter somewhere. Emily? Emily or Annie, where are you? Did you used to come in here to play?
Maybe she used to come in here to hide.
Did you used to hide in here? You was told not to. This wasn't your play area, but you used to come in here anyway.
I've got about 10 minutes left.
Did you get that?
Shane shifted. I didn't hear anything.
Just. Did you play in this little corner down here? I'm getting drawn to this bit, this area here.
You got K2 then?
Yeah. I've got a cold breeze in my face.
Somewhere.
It's like my whole right side of my body's cold.
Yeah, well, you got K2 then.
I've got cold. Now, did you hear voices?
I just heard something.
So did I.
It was
Yeah,
closer.
and that sounded like it come from there.
50.5,
A female.
51,
Yeah,
Yes.
it was high pitch. I don't know what it said.
51,
Emily?
50.5,
Emily or Annie?
51,
Are you here with us?
52,
Emily or Annie?
It's getting darker right there.
Yeah, it is getting darker, yeah. Emily or Annie, can you come down and speak to us if you're up there? You know, you shouldn't be in here. Can you bang something for us? If we could just all close our eyes for a moment. Do you all know the Lord's Prayer? Mm-hmm. If we can just start with the Lord's Prayer, please, and finish with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Amen. If you just keep your eyes closed, please, just for a moment. I will call out, and what I'm going to ask you to do, everyone, is just to be very quiet, and only one person must call at a time. I'll start and I'll end this séance. Okay, if there's anyone in the room here with us, could you please come close to this light in the middle of the table? If anyone feels anything, you must let me know. We would like you to use our collective energy in this circle to come forward. You can open your eyes if you want to open your eyes. Is everyone feeling okay?
Yes.
Okay. I believe there was an Annie or a little girl here this afternoon. Would you like to come close to us? If that's you, Annie, come close to us.
It's vibrating?
I feel some kind of vibration on the table at the moment.
The pressure is leaving my hand.
We know you're not there to harm us in any way, but we want you to use our collective energy. Everyone really concentrate. I feel the table is starting to shake a little bit. Now we don't want you to move this table. I know you're trying to because I do feel your energy. If there is a small child here with us, there's a ball in the middle of the table. Could you try and make that move across the table for us? Or would you like to blow the candle out for us? That would be really easy for you to do.
That would be spooky.
If there's anybody here who's trying to communicate, can you affect the candle? Blow it out? Make it burn brighter? It's shaking.
I see the candle.
Can you do that again to the candle, please? Make the candle shake?
Thank you, George, if you're here. George, I hear you as a bit of a prankster.
George, do you remember when I used to come and sit and talk to you and you told me stories about Annie?
Did you know George? That you knew George?
Mm-hmm.
It's pulling towards
Everybody knew George, didn't they?
And George really loved this place. He
Yes.
really enjoyed coming here,
George
is that right?
loved this place. He sat by the door all the time.
Unfortunately.
And George still comes back now he's passed because he doesn't really, he wants to still be here. I think he feels that he's really needed here still. He enjoyed talking to people. Okay.
The hair's standing back.
Stand away from Terry. We don't want you to suffocate Terry, okay?
Pick on somebody else, George.
Angie?
Well, something pushed me.
Angie?
No,
here.
it was on my shoulder.
Okay. Try and stay with us.
I'm here. But
Okay.
Angie and I have something between us.
Okay.
Right here.
Yes.
On my shoulder.
Angie,
Are you cool?
can you sense something? Do you feel Angie, do you feel sad? You feel sad?
Mm.
Okay.
Well, sick. I don't know if it's sad.
Stand away from Angie, please.
And my face is tingling.
That way, George. I can try to.
Angie, who's the woman?
Okay. Listen, Angie, listen to my voice. Whatever's affecting Angie, I want you to step away from her.
It's
You're not making Angie feel happy, and we don't want that. Can you please step away from Angie? We're asking you, in the name of the light, to step away from Angie. Do you feel a little bit lighter now? Asked it to step away from you. It's not going to harm you. There's nothing here that's going to harm you. Okay, I know you're feeling a little bit sad at the moment, and you might be picking up on the little girl that's
I
around.
think so.
Because
I
she
think
is
so.
here with us. It's just
almost
that
like
she's
sitting
not,
on my lap.
she's here, but you've got to understand that she used to live here, and she still walks this place, and she's a bit confused because there's probably things in here that she's not used to. She's curious and she's probably looking at things. But we're going to leave her here now. Close your eyes now, please, and we're just going to end it with the Lord's Prayer, just to close this circle down, because you know it's using our energy at the moment. Obviously, it's affecting some people. So would you join me in just saying the Lord's Prayer again, please? Our Father. Thank you, everyone.
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying that when I started out the investigation, we kind of started out in the front room, but nothing really happened. So we went into the bottom bedroom, and I kind of freaked Kat out. But other than that, I don't really think much happened in there other than what happened with her. We came in here and did the seance thing. I felt something touch my leg, but that could have been paranormal or it could have been my imagination. I'm not quite sure. A lot of ladies were feeling cool breezes around their legs and under the table, so it could have been paranormal, but who knows? And I've enjoyed myself this week. I haven't really had a whole lot of activity happen to me, but I've seen activity happen to others, and it's been quite interesting. So that's about it.
Well, my name is Jason Phillips. I am the sound engineer for the crew. You'll see me in some shots here and there following the cameraman around, trying to gather the sound for the investigators for all 3 locations that we have done for this project. My hope or my possibility is that I want to record the sound of maybe some paranormal activity or anything that they may have heard at some of these locations. I'm hoping that during the time that we go back and listen to some of this, we can get some proof of what they've been sensing, and it's been a very enjoyable time. Some of my experiences, there were several times at maybe at the depot and here at the lighthouse as well, where I had thought I had heard things that weren't there, so to speak. So as we go back and look at some of the evidence or some of the sound that I've gathered, I'm hoping that them sounds are actually were recorded, and to have proof that these sounds existed. It's not. So hopefully it's not something that I'm just making in my head because I was in the atmosphere of people ghost hunting. So we'll see.
Well, I'm Shane Michaels. I'm the director of... I came into this week as a complete skeptic. I never thought I would see, feel, hear, whatever. I always thought it would be your mind playing tricks on you. The first location, I believe we went to the Pest House, and I actually got poked a few times, pinched a few times. It was interesting. Second location at the depot, I didn't really feel much. Just that I was being watched. I mean, that's the feeling I got everywhere I went. I was feeling I was being watched. And then we came to the lighthouse, and I thought everything was going to be great. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. They did the seance, and some people had a couple experiences, and I wasn't expecting to have anything happen to me. And then all of a sudden we go to the lighthouse, inside the lighthouse, and Kim and I actually heard like a loud moan, or at least a moan. I don't even know if I want to call it a loud moan. It was at least a moan. And then after that, I just got sad. I just got like, it was actually like, I just started tearing up, and then we kind of cut, and then we came in here, and I just was just out of it. I know what was going on, but I didn't feel like myself. That's basically what happened. I'm not going to say I believe in ghosts yet, but I will definitely say there could be something out there.
Well, we finished up our investigation here at the lighthouse, and I think it was very, very awesome today to be able to walk through with Kim and go from one end all the way through the other part of the house, and kind of being with a sensitive, you are tuned into some of the feelings that they have that I don't normally have a sensitive feelings to things, but you kind of feel like when you walk in, you've had the sorrow feeling kind of that we had at the Pest House and such. So to me, I think that was very, very awesome. During the seance, we were all in the room, and we were able to feel this like cold breeze coming from over in the corner here. Just as we feel the cold breeze, there's a box. There's two toolboxes, one sitting on the other. Nobody was anywhere near the box, and it got knocked completely over as we felt the breeze. We've all had some experiences at the lighthouse here. From a crew standpoint, as the safety person, very uneventful, which is awesome. So I was very lucky to be able to actually do some investigations on the paranormal side of things. And after being through the day, I think we've really come across some great evidence Be interested to see what the EVPs show and maybe some of the camera stuff that we might have missed. Maybe catch a shadow person or something.
Well, we've been investigating the Presque Isle Lighthouse tonight, and it's been very interesting. I wish that more skeptics or possible skeptics that may have been here tonight could have joined us, because I don't believe anyone that may have had some doubt when they came along tonight about the paranormal existing. I think that we've had a lot of things happen tonight where it would be very difficult, I believe, for a skeptic to still be a complete skeptic. So we're quite pleased about that, and we've obviously not gone through all the evidence yet. We've got plenty of evidence to go through. We've had things move, we've had people having many different experiences during a séance. I picked up a few orbs while monitoring the cameras on the security system, which is like multiplex 4-screen fixed cameras. I've seen quite a few. There's a lot of dust that's obviously not orbs as such, but there's been 2 or 3 that needs looking at, because that was quite interesting, and it coincided with things that was happening at the séance table. We've had different experiences in the actual lighthouse itself. Again, that needs to go through the evidence. Even our cameraman Shane, he come out of there and didn't feel his normal self. Again, I actually videoed some of that, so that might be interesting to include on all of our summing up. I kept the camera rolling on all of our discussions on how the evening went, and I think that would be quite an interesting, review to look at, rather than just our interviews now, which obviously you don't always remember to bring everything up that you've experienced on the evening. But our discussion, which I was videoing, might be quite interesting to use as part of the footage, because I thought that was very good. So all in all, very good evening, and I think we're all pleased with the evidence and and the experience we've had on the night. So really enjoyable, very pleased. That's about it.
Well, it's getting towards the end of the night here at the lighthouse, and it's been a very active night, and even now it continues to be an active night. I really feel all evening that someone really wanted to communicate with us. I don't know what happened when Kim did her walkthrough, but my first knowledge of it was when we were standing in the bedroom on the main floor, and I felt a presence step into me, and I felt like it was trying to speak through me. Then later on with Shane had a very similar experience right after we got done doing an investigation of the lighthouse tower. He felt a sense of overwhelming sadness, and I think somebody was trying to communicate. They had something to say, and that's the only way they knew to say it. And the sense that I really got throughout the evening was it wasn't necessarily the little girl, but I think it had to do with the little girl's parents. And I don't know if I can be any more specific than that. It's just my feeling was we were feeling their sadness and their grief for their daughter, and they wanted to express how they felt. Then when we did the investigation in the lighthouse tower, again, just more activity, not at all the sadness or the urge to speak kind. The energy was different in the lighthouse. They were working what I more normally come across when I'm doing investigations, with the little sound of footsteps and, the scuffling and some voices. And just because of the acoustics in the lighthouse, it was very, very interesting. And I think because our sound guy, Jason, did hear some of the sounds as we were hearing them, as Kim Martin and I were hearing them in the lighthouse, I think we'll definitely get something on the audio recorders as well. Like I said, stuff still keeps happening. We're setting up for this interview, and in the main bedroom we have the broomstick with the wind chimes across it, and the stick fell over by itself. And then upstairs, the bathroom that wasn't working decided to start running right as we started rolling sound. So there's something trying to communicate at the lighthouse, and I think we gathered a lot of evidence, and hopefully we can back it up with scientific proof.
Hi. Well, what an eventful night. It was well worth the journey over to the United States. From England, we come back to this wonderful old lighthouse, and this evening has been really eventful. Russ and I had a walk through. We picked up lots of stuff, and it's just got verified this evening because most of the crew have felt some things going on. We've had people being touched. We've done a séance this evening, which was really eventful. We've had some of the crew had quite bad turns, but we got them out of that, so that's no problem. We went into the main lighthouse. We didn't get too much there. We did get a couple of moans and groans, but one of the cameramen were affected, which, in my opinion, was pretty good stuff, because that's what we're here for. We've asked for evidence this evening, and I think each one of us has had some kind of evidence shown to us in its own way. This is what we're here for. We're here to experience the paranormal, and we've asked it to come forward, and it certainly has come forward this evening. I would come back to this lighthouse. I would love to come back again and maybe do some table tipping, which we didn't have time to do. We've done the séance. The séance went really, really well. It was only a very quick séance. I would have liked to do a longer séance, but we didn't have the time. All in all, I think the Old Presque Isle Lighthouse is a truly haunted place, in my opinion. The people that are actually haunting this place aren't bad. It's not a bad haunting. There's not bad feelings here. There's just some sorrow, obviously, from the child that lost its life. We picked up on that. There was also the lighthouse keeper. He come through, and I think his wife also. I believe truly that there was only 3 spirits picked up here this evening. I believe there was the man named George, the small child, and there was a lady present, which she kept herself in the background for some time.
Okay, during the seance, I felt cold, staring into the flame. I was, I guess, kind of taken over by a vision in my head of a man with not much of a face. I could describe him with longer hair and a thinner man. And I felt as though he wanted to say something, but I couldn't understand what he wanted to say, or even how he wanted to say it. I felt stifled almost in trying to say what he wanted to say, but I felt very heavy, as if he was on me or sitting, holding me down to say something. At that point, I guess is when they stopped the seance. Apparently I looked different than I normally do, which I can say I felt different than I normally do, and went outside. At that point I kind of remember little bits and pieces of Kim and Kat trying to calm me down, and I feel much better now, but it was definitely a unique experience, and I'd have to say, don't take seances lightly, and be under a professional, because you can certainly experience some things that you might not know how to handle otherwise, and it's not a game.